Sounds like coaches didn't like you said?
I wouldn't allow them to speak to AJ. Boston College was the first.
But they had no chance.
Offer.
All the schools had a chance. They offered me.
I had a better chance of becoming a Mormon.
Was that last summer or the summer before you worked out with all these guys in like
Last summer.
a matter of a week, right? The NBA network for you is already there, which is pretty cool.
Everybody's just playing like video games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, bro, I'm going to go hoop 3 times a day. And that's when I started seeing like progress.
All right, what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Big E Show. I'm your host, Eric Mika. Today I'm joined by co-host Josh Nielsen. You guys know him. He's been around a little bit. Most importantly, no offense, Josh, but most importantly, we're here with AJ Dybantsa. Did I say that right, Dad?
Yes, you did.
AJ, we're good?
Yeah.
And, of course, Anise Dybantsa, senior.
That's right.
Okay, get it straight, because people call him Ace. It's not even his real name. Let's call him by his real name. They're committed to come here to BYU. AJ, when was that? How many days ago was that? Like 4 days?
4? Was it 4?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 4 days ago. So it's still fresh, you know, as a BYU alum, someone that played there and someone that grew up a BYU fan. You know, it's exciting to have that commitment, obviously, and just see the stock of BYU sports in general. As I'm wearing the BYU shirt. We had a great football season too, but you know, basketball is on its way up. So it's excited to be a part of it, be around it, and there's a real tangible energy in the whole state right now. I mean, for BYU fans, I know Utah fans are pissed off about it, but it's great for us. So it's good to have you guys here. That was like the longest intro ever, but good to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
And you're here for a tournament. You guys are up here a lot. Like Utah Prep is in Northern Utah quite a bit. This is like your second or third time? Or?
Second time.
Second time?
Yep.
And who we playing tonight?
Duncanville.
Yep. And this won't be released until like 2 weeks from now, so we'll be able to fact check. But what are we feeling about the game tonight?
Just win.
Just win. I like that. Should put that on a sweatshirt.
It's that easy, dude.
It's that easy. It's that easy. Okay, cool. Well, as promised, we always start with rapid fire on the show. You know, it's fun for us to just kind of get the ball rolling with the guests. I'm going to start with an easy one. I'm going to start with Anise. Who's the GOAT?
Michael, Jeffrey, Jordan.
We're on the same page with that?
Yeah.
Okay. There's
All right,
there's no arguing there. Well, I mean, I got nothing to say. He's my GOAT. Say LeBron.
I wouldn't dare. No, even if I thought that's the wrong time to have that battle.
No, you can't do it now. What is it about for both of you guys? What is it about Michael that puts him above LeBron? Because I your answer doesn't surprise me. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's kind of a generational thing. You know, even I'd say like was quote unquote converted. Like recently, I grew up watching LeBron. Right, I played against LeBron, so for me it was kind of LeBron. But then I don't know. The more I've studied and researched, I think it's MJ. But like your answer kind of surprises me just because you're younger. But what is it for you that sets Michael apart from LeBron?
I mean, I watched The Last Dance. I was a LeBron GOAT type of guy until I watched The Last Dance, and then I got converted.
Yeah, you were a convert as well.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part, most memorable part from The Last Dance that like stood out to you? That like was there a moment that you're like
solidified?
All right, yeah, I'm in. It's
like,
MJ.
Just his fear factor.
Yeah.
Like, who calls somebody Black Jesus? That's just crazy.
It's crazy. That was wild.
AJ, is there, I guess, from your mentality or the way you play, like, what would you aspire to be more like MJ at?
Probably that part, just being like a fear factor to people and just approaching the game like how he approached it.
It's the mentality, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess I never even thought about that. Me converting from LeBron to MJ, I think happened. My work partner just grew up like loving MJ, and so I just hear about it all the time. So I'm just now realizing that the Last Dance did have like an impact on my thought process as well. And for me, what stood out was just like how killer he was with his teammates. Like his teammates go on there and talk about like he was letting nothing slide, like absolutely nothing. And that's terrifying, but
yeah,
that's why they were so
keeps
good.
People
right?
in check, though. Yeah,
you have the best player in the world, but then he's also pulling the most out of all of his teammates, right? Like these are all NBA level players that have had success in high school and college. They're the best at every level, but then they have somebody barking at them internally, and that makes something different, you know?
I think with the younger generation, I mean, they're entitled to their opinion. They say LeBron, 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 but you never saw MJ play.
Right.
So how can you compare?
Yeah.
I'm old enough. I've seen MJ play.
Right.
I've seen LeBron play.
Yeah.
Choice is clear.
Yeah.
6-0.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's
Yeah.
something about the
It's a good argument, you know.
and but the longevity too, I think is really. I mean, it'd be funny. Like if you ask most of those kids, they just say LeBron, 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 and you're saying, well, you haven't even watched them both. My question is also like, okay, but why? They like usually don't even have a reason. They just kind of hear. They've just heard the same
I
thing.
spoke to Rich Paul, that is.
Yeah.
And I told him in his face, I know it's your boy, but it's MJ.
Hey, what did he say? Were you there for this, AJ?
Ace.
So this is real,
That was in LA. Yeah.
and you backed him up.
Yeah, I told him what I thought.
And what did Rich say?
Of course, he's gonna defend him
Yeah, he's got to.
as he
That's
should, but
Yeah.
it's his client. It's his client.
I mean, it's his
You
opinion.
think he thinks LeBron's the GOAT though, right? Or does he just?
He
have
probably,
this-
yeah, he thinks he is.
He's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah.
You know,
entitled to his opinion.
Michael never won rings in a bubble. It's a fact.
All right, you're going a little too far. For me, though.
I'm just saying.
That's just circumstantial, though.
Exactly, but I'd count the ring.
No, you got to count it.
If he doesn't
Yeah.
count it, I count it.
It's a little different, but it's a ring, you know.
You know what?
Still had to beat
Remember
everyone
back
else's
in-
Yeah, I
plans,
agree.
you know.
Back in '99, San Antonio won the ring in that short season. They give them a hard time. That's not real.
I haven't. Yeah.
What's the difference with the bubble?
They still play the full season.
They still played a full season,
They
and
took a break.
they did take a break, but it wasn't a long break. And
Didn't they say people are playing better because there's no fans?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like, a lot of guys will say that was an even harder one because like there were no fans, no distractions.
At the end of the day, though, it's all the same teams, all the same variables, right? There's a best team that wins. I mean, even if it's different from a different ring, I mean, it's still they were the.
I
team,
feel.
you know?
I feel like
I mean,
it'd be harder
maybe
too, because like from a mental like fortitude standpoint, it's like you're locked up. Like these guys were depressed on that campus in Orlando. Well, you're giving me a look. You disagree? That's harder,
Do you know what the press is?
huh?
Do you know what the press means?
LeBron in Disney World.
I'm
in
from
2000
Africa.
in 2021 or 20.
Do you know what it is? Living with no food,
That's fair.
no electricity.
The ring still counts.
I'm sorry.
The ring still
You
counts.
can count it all you want. I'm just telling you what the press is.
Yeah.
If anybody
So-
else won, he would have said the ring counted.
Yeah.
If the Celtics won, you would have been like the ring counted.
is that true? You think?
I'm very hard, man. I'm
If-
a hard
okay.
critic. He knows
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
If the
I'm a hard
Celtics won, you
critic.
would have
Yeah.
counted it for 2. Sounds like.
No, I'm a hard critic.
No, he would've just
Just
counted
ask him.
It sounds like you guys have talked about this. So.
We sure did.
It does sound like that.
We're just gonna have to leave it at agree to disagree, I guess. But I think it's 3-1 in this case. You're the only
we
one.
all
that thinks-
agree. 4.
No, you're the only one that doesn't think it
Oh, you mean-
counted. Yeah, GOAT. I think we're all
I
on the
mean,
same page.
yeah, it's a ring.
That's
but
okay. 1 out of 2, we're all on the same page. That's fine. All right, next one. I'm glad I asked. I'm glad I brought it up. What about the best hooping shoe? I'm mostly interested to hear what AJ has to say about this. Favorite shoe to hoop in?
Kobe's or Sabrina's.
Yeah. Sabrina, I think, is the
Wow.
number one. Did you guys see this graphic? It was like, it's the number one shoe.
I think it's number 2 actually.
2
I think it's number
behind
2
Kobe's,
trending.
right?
What
Yeah.
about it is?
Nah, they just
you
feel
like-
comfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
Low
They just like
top.
fit. Yeah, they just low top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like other shoes. I like Books, KDs, GT Cuts, John Morant's. But if
So you're a low cut guy.
yeah.
Okay.
Are you? Is the goal? I mean, obviously you're with Nike. Is the goal to have your own shoe?
Yeah.
Have you already Is that in the works? Is
No, it's
there-
not in the works.
Not in the works?
But that's just the goal.
You guys have to say that, or is it not actually in the works?
Can't be in the works.
Can't be in the works.
The contract
Yeah.
ends June 25th.
Okay.
So first you have to renew it first.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's cool.
And that's your leverage, so you can't, you know.
Yeah, no. We won't tell Nike that. All right, and then I got 2 more. One is, in baseball they got like their walkout song.
Yeah.
You guys ever been to a baseball game?
We
Each,
have.
each player has like their own. You ever sat on the Green Monster in Boston?
Nah.
That's a good time. It's cool. everyone has their own walkout song. Like it's their, I don't know, what would you call it?
Just
like
pump up.
Yeah,
You go into the plate.
Yeah, they get to pick their song as they walk to the plate. What's the walkout song right now? Like what would you pick?
Rio Free by Rio the Young OG.
There you go. What about you?
I'm not into that stuff.
Silence.
Just silence. That's the intimidation factor. That's the MJ intimidation factor. All right, and then this is my last one. People have kind of given me some crap because I said, this is episode, I don't know, 17 or 18 or something, and after like 4, I said I was going to stop asking this, but it's like the most entertaining answer. So I'm going to ask it again. I'm going to ask AJ first. Would you rather fight? See, Josh already knows. Caitlin already knows that. Everyone knows. Would you rather fight one shack-sized chicken or 50 chicken-sized shacks?
One shack-sized chicken.
Yep.
So a 7-foot tall
So like
chicken.
a 7'2", whatever, 500-pound
Or
chicken.
50.
Or
50 mini shacks.
Mini shacks.
that are this tall.
The size of chickens. What you got your best chance in getting out of there?
Not a 7-foot chicken.
That's what I said, dude.
Did you say the 50 shacks?
He
'Cause
said
he
the
has-
big. You say
No,
the
I,
big.
I
shit.
say go after the big chicken.
Yeah.
I can kick.
I can kick
Fif-
his leg. The
yeah,
legs
yeah.
is so skinny, I can kick the legs.
The legs. I don't know, man. I feel
You got to find a way to
And
somehow
do chicken,
have
I mean,
those.
chickens fight, but not those chickens.
Not
You
like
talking about
not like a
regular farm
7'5"
chicken?
shack.
regular farm chicken?
yeah, regular farm
Yeah, they
chicken,
don't
but it's
fight.
shack.
Yeah.
Like he's coming after you. Yeah, they don't.
Wait,
fight.
it's
I know they
shack.
don't
It's
fight.
shacks like strength, or it's just a chicken strength.
I mean,
but
it's a this size shack strength. So there's some strength.
No, I'll take the 7-foot chicken.
You're taking the big one.
Oh, wow.
See, that's
Okay.
we
Yeah,
can agree.
facts.
That's me. It's one target. Take it
just-
down.
You guys are
choke it
way
out.
bigger. You're a better shot than I do.
Well, let's
But
see
you're
what-
close to his legs, so just take out his legs.
That's
He'll be-
true. That's true. Okay.
I take
I'll think
50.
about it.
You take 50.
Yep.
You're just doing that because AJ said the big one.
No, I'm from Africa.
That's the face that
He's like, I've done this already.
Come on, man.
I got to do that this morning.
you take it. There's a way actually to kind of test it. It's see if you can do 50 kicks without getting exhausted. I don't think
Your
offense, I
life,
don't
your
think
life
you
on the
can.
line? Oh, easy. You can get pecked to death.
Every time you walk up those stairs, you're out of
Or-
breath.
Wow.
That's different, man.
Wow.
It's the
No,
altitude.
it's altitude. You live at altitude. So I'm just saying. I think you get
not
to
true.
you get to 31 kicks, and you're gonna be gassed, and then
Nah.
it's chicken
You
time.
get training though.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, well, obviously I'll train for the
true.
event. It's
That's
on
true.
pay-per-view.
That's right.
You guys can host.
I'm still on the fact that he said you get exhausted up the stairs.
That's
You
disrespectful.
gotta do me like that.
Nah, that's kind of crazy.
No. You say stuff like that to your friends for sure.
Not on camera though.
We'll edit.
No,
it out. we have
it-
editing power.
Yeah.
Nah, leave that in there.
They won't. That'll be in there.
I'm only leaving it in there because AJ said so.
Please.
All right. Okay. Great.
It's fine.
That's a great rapid fire round. I'm happy with that one. We learned that you're tougher than all of us probably.
Oh, for sure. No
Yeah, you can say that.
Don't look at me.
Every time I ask him something, the only reason I'm asking is because I want to see him react. It's like the epitome of.
I can't imagine him fighting 50 chicken-sized shacks.
I do have a hard time imagining that myself.
I don't. I'm picturing right now. It's a good time. It's great, and you win.
Of course.
Of course, you're from Africa.
That's right. Brazzaville, Congo.
That's right, Congo. All right, let's talk about. I mentioned this earlier. You just committed to BYU. Can we talk about recruitment in general? Right. I want to get to why BYU, where you landed. I think people have heard that part of it, but I want to get into the specifics of Coach Young and what your visit was like. I was there the same weekend we met on the football field. When you ran out on the football field, I was like, that's the coolest thing ever, and I want to hear about that. So yeah, and you mentioned something earlier. I want to hear all angles from recruitment. What was it like? Because it sounds like coaches didn't like you. You said.
Well, they didn't like the fact that I wouldn't allow them to speak to AJ in the beginning.
Yeah.
There was no point.
Right.
He got 35 offers.
Yeah.
Why talk to 35 people? No
Right.
need. When you narrow the list down to 6, 7,
Yeah.
then you can talk to them.
Right.
And that's exactly what I did. Once we picked the list, we finalized the list, I called every single one of them. Here's his number.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Don't share his number. Don't
Right.
give it to any agent, and none of them.
Right.
Don't share his number. And do your work. Once he picked the school, don't call me.
Right.
He's the one that made the choice, not me.
How do they not like? They've been in this world long enough. How do they not like understand that?
Ask them.
Yeah.
I can't answer for them.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to have them on the show and make fun of them.
Yeah.
Come on, I get it. AJ, what was that like for you though? Like, I mean, it's great to have your dad who's there kind of as like a bottleneck to keep the craziness. You know, like you don't need 35 schools or 100 schools getting to you, but like you obviously know what offers you have. You know the hype that's building. Like, is it hard to ignore that? Is it kind of fun that like is being built up? You know, like this brand of AJ is starting to rise because you've known probably for years how good you are, but now it's like, okay, it's my chance to ride this wave and get my name out there. Was the start of that fun at all for you, or were you just focused on hooping?
Getting offers, was that fun?
No, like creating this buzz around like your name and like, oh, okay, college basketball you knew was a reality, but now it's like the actual process is starting. Like, I'm gonna pick a school here, you know, in the next year or whatever.
I mean, it was fun. I mean, like I said, the first like 35, like, I wasn't talking to them. No, there
Yeah.
was just no point.
Right.
When I narrowed the list down, I was like, all right, you going to visits? The visits be fun.
Yeah. And a Massachusetts school did not make the final 7. Were they in that 35?
Yeah. Boston College was my first
Boston
offer.
Boston College was in 35, yeah. Boston College was the first school.
But they had no
to
chance.
offer. I got told-
All the schools had a chance. They offered me.
That's fair.
We just didn't pick them because
Right.
we didn't think it was the best fit.
I had a better chance of becoming a Mormon.
That's a great line.
Hey,
We can make that happen.
no, I'm
No.
I'm Catholic.
These guys are laughing in the back. I'm joking. But we can't make it happen.
I'm Catholic.
I just tripled down on it. No, you told me that earlier. That's the funniest thing I ever heard. That's hilarious. Okay, so you get to the final 7. Again, I know this has been talked about a lot, but AJ, give me your mindset because now now you talk to coaches, right? Now that gate is lifted. So what is it about KY, about Provo, about that visit you came on that stood out for you? Because obviously you're being rolled out the red carpet everywhere you go, right? Like they're going to show you the best of the best. They're going to tell you more or less the same, like not the same, but very similar things, right? Of why it's good to come to X school as, a networking thing, as, a platform thing because of their relationships with Nike or ESPN, or they all said similar things, right? So
The
what
same
was,
thing.
there you go, the same thing. So what was it about BYU? Was it said differently? Was it the experience on your visit? Like what was the moment that you're like, no, this is it for me?
I mean, I think just the NBA staff really solidified it.
Yeah.
KY, dietitian, Wiz, a strength coach,
Yeah, Wiz
analytics
is
guy,
great.
Akash. But that was like really what stood out. I mean, a lot of schools brought guys to the NBA, but no school has NBA staff.
Yeah. That's the singular goal,
Yeah.
right?
Had that been a similar situation at a different school, you think you would have considered that, or was there something additional that you're like, oh yeah, that stuff, the NBA, all the people from the NBA stuff, and this was also really important to me, or was it just the NBA?
And Utah's super cold in that. I just really want to be in the cold.
I'm from Massachusetts, so
Yeah,
I can.
That's the real cold.
But I mean, I wouldn't know if there was another school that had NBA staff, so I can't really answer that question.
Yeah. Okay.
You also, I mean, last night you went to the Suns game, kicked it with KD a little bit. You have a good relationship with a lot of these guys. I know that you've got a bunch of videos out there talking about the workouts. I mean, was that last summer or the summer before? You worked out with all these guys in like
Last summer.
a matter of a week, right? So, the NBA network for you is already there, which is pretty cool. And KY being tied into that, I mean, how different was that to have Book and Chris Paul selling you on a coach,
I mean, obviously it's gonna be my decision, but right before I went on my BYU visit, I texted KD, Book, CP, asking them about KY.
Yeah.
And they all vouched.
That's
so I was
cool.
like, I mean, let's see what he's talking about. And they weren't lying. So
Yeah. That's dope. You can just share those numbers with me after.
I don't have their numbers.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that's cool. And then, you know, again, continuing on, like, this is fresh. You know, this was 4 days ago. Stephen A. Smith, what was that like? Like, that he's become, what's crazy is, like, when I was a kid watching SportsCenter, like, he was just one of the guys, you know, one of the many guys. And I loved them all. They were all great. But, like, now he's like,
He's ESPN.
he's ESPN.
Yeah.
Like, the contract he's signing and the views that he's bringing, the pots that he's stirring, right? Like, he makes them go, right? He's just become, I feel like, one of 3 voices in sports that anyone cares about. It's like him,
And
McAfee,
the loudest, for sure.
And the loudest for sure. I don't even know if there is a third. It might just be like him and McAfee, right? So what was that whole experience? Let's start with you. What was that experience like for you? I mean, you've been around sports a long time, right? Like, you've been watching ESPN a long time. So
I don't miss First Take.
yeah,
I've been watching First Take.
Really?
Oh my God.
you're like you're an avid, you're a fan.
I was a cop for 19 years.
Yeah.
I work overnight. I come home in the morning. When I came home,
Yeah,
instead of going to bed, First Take.
that's crazy. That's awesome.
I'm telling you. So that was my goal, to announce it on First Take. So I reached out to Kenny Smith
Yeah,
because he knows Stephen A.
for sure.
I make it happen. Waited a year, nothing. It's busy, this and that. So I hooked up with Kenny's son, KJ.
Yeah,
He made it happen.
Come on.
I swear to God.
Junior makes you go.
Just got to go to the right people, I
Just
guess.
got-
yeah.
Gotta go to the sun.
I give Jet a hard time all the time. So I flew to LA to meet him.
Yeah,
And me and AJ, we met him. We met the whole crew, Perks, Malika, Andrew,
Sure.
met them all. And then he said, don't worry
some of them
Pops.
messed up your name.
Oh,
Chill,
that's
chill,
another
chill.
story for another day.
We won't say who. I know though.
So, you know, he promised, he said, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he did.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's crazy. Like, you had been talking to Jet about it for over a year though.
Yep.
Like, so it was like you'd been thinking about it.
Yeah.
And was that just because you were such a big fan, you had watched your whole life? You're like,
Yep.
this is a cool way to tie into, like,
Yep.
you know, your guys'
Nobody's
story.
done it
And
before.
who
Yeah.
never
Right.
been done before.
What was it like for you? Like, were you on board from the jump? Like, Steven, like Josh said, he's loud, he's polarizing, he's a character.
It's
right?
television.
Yeah.
It's trust me.
But that can be
He knows the
intimidating.
game.
That can be a little
Yeah,
bit intimidating,
totally.
right? Like, was that a thought at all? Like, why can't we just do this like everybody else? Or I don't know. Were you on board from the jump?
I mean, he's gonna act how you gonna act,
Yeah.
so just go with it.
And you had I told you guys in the car, BYU fans are psychos. I mean, it's any school you go that has good sports, the fans are crazy, right? But BYU fans were loving like the back and forth that you had with Steven, where he's going, well, don't you want to go to North Carolina so you can play Duke? And then you answered right away, why can't I play Duke? And I mean, that's the reality is, like, why can't you, right? Like, you said it yourself. As soon as AJ finished a commitment, ESPN called BYU, probably the Maui Invitational, like every single one, the Battle for Atlantis, like they all called. So like it's gonna happen. You're gonna play all the biggest schools. But I think Cougar fans loved that, you know, you weren't gonna back down from Stephen A. And that's a big time dude. So props to you. Was that nerve wracking at all to be on that show, or was it just another show? You smile like it is though.
You see what I did? It wasn't there. I wasn't I mean, I didn't know what to expect, because it's like, see, you don't know what question he's gonna ask. It's Stephen A. Like, he might go over the top. He might
Yeah.
be low key.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, to be fair.
Yeah. So they didn't give you a script or anything to prepare for. It was just like whatever he's
And
feeling.
he said, you got 10 minutes. He gonna ask you questions. I was like, all right.
That's crazy.
I gotta ask, how did the so this thing with the Red Bull out of the plane, how did that come about? Whose idea was that?
Rebels.
Red Bulls.
Okay.
Yeah. They wanted to announce it. Them wanted to announce it. I was like, nah, I already got something in mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've
They
been
didn't
working
know.
on this for a minute.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know, so once Stephen A, told me he was gonna do it, and I was like, let's see if you guys can do it together, and it worked out.
So
we
for-
couldn't have
for-
gotten Stephen A. jumping out of a plane. That's what we needed.
Then next time we'll do that one. Would you jump out of a plane?
Nah.
You skydive? No.
Nah. I do the indoor
See,
one.
you have to understand, there's things that black people don't do.
Nah, I would though. I would. Like, I used to like want to skydive until I found out about like the clauses and like NBA contracts.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I just,
You're
like,
not going to be allowed.
I try to stay away from that early.
But did,
like, I
you
always-
did indoor, or you would do
Nah,
indoor?
I would. Like, when I retire, I'll skydive.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
No.
scared. I'll do it, but like, right now.
Yeah. Probably right now would be a really bad time to do that.
It'd be a horrible time, and you'd be breaking a couple contracts. It would be interesting to think, like, because how many basketball athletes does Red Bull have? I mean, I know there's no college,
But like,
except for yourself.
Nah,
No,
Dylan.
or will be.
Dylan, Hannah Udago.
Oh, okay,
I got a
okay.
couple.
You know,
Okay.
So
Probably like
this
15.
yeah.
Probably like 10 of us.
Forgive me. This is like the first year that they're jumping in, right? Like with
first high school.
Yeah,
I'm first high school.
First high school. They're
got-
just starting to get into like sports outside of
I think
the
Hannah's
extreme
done
sports.
with him. D Harp got it. Pascal Siakam, Jalen Brown, lethal shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, so they got people.
So what do you think? Have you guys thought or have you talked with them about like different initiatives? Because like if they sign some rodeo cowboy or like a dirt biker, it's like pretty obvious like what they're gonna have them do to promote them, right? They're gonna have them ride a bull. You like that one?
Bro, I'm a basketball player. I do basketball.
I know. That's the question. So what are they gonna have you do?
What you mean, Dad? I already had a shoot.
You don't think they'll have you do some extreme sports?
No, you.
I want.
I'm not gonna.
No,
do it.
right. Or do something a little bit different. Like, I don't know. You're the one that thinks is like crap like this.
I don't know. We could do the snowboard dunk contest again, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I might.
We went to
might
Vegas
clip-
for the
I might, what is it
Grand Prix, Formula One.
Yeah,
They
in,
wanted to get
November.
up. I was like, nah, he ain't doing that.
Not even
I
getting in the car.
I might cliff dive,
Okay.
but like not in like the ocean. It's like, what is it called? Then you jump off of into a pool.
Yeah, and they got the
Oh, the
bubble
diving board?
water, so you
Yeah,
don't
I
slap.
might do that. Maybe.
with Red Bull.
Yeah,
See, that's why I asked.
Yeah, there you go.
Like,
That's
maybe.
a good one.
You guys were giving me. You
that's
guys
like
were
the
looking at me
safest
like I was
thing.
crazy.
That's not even that safe.
You
but
gotta
it's like
have-
the safest thing I could do.
Yeah.
You gotta have like a rim out there to the side, dunk off of the.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
100 feet in the air.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Pops isn't
100.
doing it.
He ain't doing it.
All right. So speaking of deals, NIL obviously has played a part, not in your guys' specific recruitment, but just in recruiting nowadays, right? Like college sports have shifted because of it. I'm a little sad about it. They didn't give me anything. They used to scare us so bad. Like the beginning of the season, they'd sit you down and go, if you guys take $1, they're gonna find you. They're gonna find the dollar. You're gonna pay it back, and you're gonna sit out. Like it's crazy. And now it's just like,
Not anymore.
here's the most money.
Should have been born later.
Should have been bored later. Who are you telling?
Thanks, Sue and Ron.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Come on. What's wrong with you? But we've talked about Ignite because we briefly met when I was with Ignite and you guys came on that visit. I feel like they sort of saw the future before any of this happened in college sports, where they're like, we want to keep guys here instead of the LaMelo Balls of the world going to Europe and Australia. Like, let's keep guys in our market. Let's have a hand in their development, and let's pay them, right? Like that's why people were leaving. But Ignite wasn't really an option for you. It sounds like, AJ. Like you came on the visit, but wasn't high on your list. And why is that?
Nah, I told my mom I was gonna go to college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Respect that.
Not going back on that. How old were you when you promised that?
Yeah, like 9th grade.
And you remembered it? You were like, I don't really remember.
Or
saying
she
that."
remembered it.
Yeah.
Nah, it was. I always wanted to play college basketball. You grew up watching college basketball.
Why is that? Like what? So Ignite, we talked about why it's a great platform, and yes, you can earn money. You can earn more now in college, right? But there are good things. There's
No,
pros
there's
to
definitely
it.
good things.
But what is it about college that you're excited about? That's you're like, no, there's no chance. I'm going some weird route. I'm going college.
March Madness is like a big part. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody want to play in the tournament.
Yeah.
If it was an option to just go straight to the league, do you think you'd still want? I mean, you told your mom you're going to play college or go to college. If it was an option to go straight to the league, do you think you'd still want to do any college?
Yeah, just tell my mom I'm gonna go to college.
Okay. There you
No,
go.
no rush.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's not, right?
Josh asking just made me think about it. Like, if you could, it doesn't matter because it's hypothetical, right? But let's go to the NBA, right? Let's talk about expectations and goals there. You obviously still have a lot to do this year. Do they still do the Geico Invitational, or what do they call it? Like
Chipotle Nationals.
it's the Chipotle Nationals at the end. How does that work? Is it like top 16 or something?
Top 8.
Top 8. Okay, so you still, you're gunning for that, right? I'm assuming that's your number one priority. and then you enroll in the spring, you get acclimated, start playing in the summer, and then you're ready to go. You have your whole year of college, but say you could just skip all that. Where do you fit in right now in the NBA? Like, if you could be on a team, like, as far as mentorship, as far as head coach, as far as city, as far as, you know, the way that you would be used, the way that they play, like, where would be exciting for you to play if they were like, hey, AJ, we're actually just going to skip everything. You're going to start a game tomorrow.
I mean, I told Stephen A. Spurs are the Magic.
For sure.
Yeah.
But why is that? You want to play alongside Wemby?
I mean, I think me and Wemby and Steph would be a good, like, trio.
Yeah.
Young core, too. And, I mean, CP3 might be gone, but, I mean, he's a good vet to have. And then Popovich is still going to be involved, even though he's not coaching right now. And the Magic, like, Paulo's my guy, and I just think me and Paulo would be a crazy duo. But my dad thinks I should go to the Suns. That's just, like, good mentorship, though. Like, when they leave, I'll just be crazy because I had Katie and Book and Brad as my vets.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Paolo, again, I told you guys earlier, when I was with the USA Select team, I couldn't believe how strong that guy was. Like,
Big boy.
yeah, like he legitimately moves like a point or like a two, you know, but then he probably weighs as much as I do too. Like, he's big, strong dude. How do you know Paolo? Is that just through the...
No, I worked out with him at Jason Tatum camp, and ever since then, we've
Yeah.
just been cool. I went to Seattle a couple months ago.
That's cool.
Worked out with him.
And you think the Suns, just because of the mentorship?
Mentorship in 4 or 5 years, they'll be gone, so it's going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be his time to shine. And you get on a team. Yeah, that will be interesting. When you guys get there, like I said, there's so much before you do, but it will be interesting because, you know, that all plays a part. Like, what is the timing? Like, you don't want to just go to the losingest team because it means you're going to get time, right? You want to go, I think you want to go somewhere with a culture, right, that knows how to win.
Depend on the ping pong balls.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Isn't there a better system? There's got to be a better system.
What, the lotteries?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I know. We need to just. I just think we should do it like the NFL. It's like
How do they do it?
worst team. It's like they just work backwards.
They try.
The worst
team
record.
gets the
Then
first.
Yeah, that's
everybody
how-
will be
wasn't it
tanking.
like
That's
that
how it was
before?
before.
Yeah.
That's why they came out the lottery thing. Yeah.
Okay.
You,
All right.
You're too young. You don't remember.
Okay. That's fine. That's fair. I'm gonna ask you this then. I'm on record saying this, and I think it would work because, okay, I get that. You don't want teams to tank, but aren't there other things other than ping pong balls that are going to keep people from tanking, right? Like, so
We could make them like golf balls. Would that be better for you?
That's genius. What I thought is, what if you have the bottom 4 teams? I have a couple I'm going to throw at you guys. I want to see what you think. You guys are going to validate my great ideas. NBA, listen up. One of them, you take the bottom 4 teams, and they have to play in a tournament. And the team that wins that gets the number 1 pick. So
Would that change? Yeah, but would that change? I mean, imagine like a kind of lower middle.
So what, the NBA Cup's doing right now? Like Final Four?
Yeah, Final Four at the end of the year.
Reverse Final Four.
But reverse Final Four. The bottom 4 teams. And if you, so yeah.
Wouldn't people tank still though
Some
for
people
that?
tank. They're gonna tank on purpose. Like the Celtics.
But still tank and maybe get almost
But
nothing.
you still have to be decent. You still have to be
Nah, the Celtics are
couple
just
of the
gonna
teams.
lose every game, and then they get to the Final Four and just blast everybody.
No, they won't. The Celtics are trying to win a championship. They don't
After
care about
they're
that.
gonna win this year, then they're gonna be like, I mean, people's contracts are ended, and then the extension's gonna happen.
Yeah, but are those guys going to play hard?
The extension are gonna happen. So
If they're
you're gonna
thinking,
protect your-
they've been benching me. So I'm Jaylen Brown, right? And man, they're benching me all year. Like, he's going to know I know what they're doing. They want us to go play in the bottom 4 and then have us win. Jalen's not going to play hard. He's like, they want to replace me with the number 1 pick. I just think it makes people think in a different way. The other
Bad
thing
idea.
I thought,
It's an interesting idea for
he,
sure.
he said great idea, right? That's
said
what I
bad.
heard.
Is it bad?
No. It's good. Okay, all right,
I
fine.
mean,
that's my
guess.
second. Okay, well,
I guess. I gotta hear your other ones.
my other one is, that means you think it's an okay idea.
It's okay. It's okay.
The other one is, and I think this one is better. The other one, like, I don't know what the motivations would become, right? I still need to work on that. It's not like anybody's ever gonna really care, but
You have
I'm
that
gonna
big
work.
meeting next week.
Yeah,
You
but
better figure it out.
I'm gonna work on it. The other one, and I love this one because I played in the G League, so I know that there is talent, right? And so I feel like if you are a bottom team, so you can tank. We'll keep the system the same, but we're also talking about ratings because the NBA is down, right? and we're talking about how do we get people to play hard, because I love the NBA Cup, right? Like I went in Vegas, I've been watching it. I think it's a great incentive to like, hey, you get a little bit of money. It's a little bit different. You know, it kind of keeps the monotony of these middle 40 games like exciting. So you're thinking about things like that. And then you're also thinking about, let's not just quote unquote reward the worst team ever. You can still have, teams can still tank, but the last team can't just pick up and go to Cabo the day after practice, the day after their last game. They have to stick around, do a mini training camp for 10 days, let's say. They can be compensated extra for it. And then they play a G League All-Star game. So it's like, who was in last place last year? The Hornets? I feel like they're Pistons.
Pistons.
Wizards.
Pistons.
Wizards. One of those teams. So you're the Wizards, right? You have to play one more game a week after the season ends. And it's against all the best players in the G League, right? You're going to win, right? Like, I'm not arguing that the G League is going to win that game, but imagine how many people are going to tune in just in case the G League did win or in case they put up a fight. Everyone's going to watch that game. And it incentivizes the Wizards or whoever's in last place to not come in last place. Those guys don't want to, one, they don't want to stick around for that long. Two, they don't want any association with the embarrassment of playing a G League team.
I feel like
What is that going to do for their pick?
No, they get the pick.
Just can't
they
lose?
get the pick, but that's like almost the punishment.
It's
is
the
like
punishment.
Maybe having to
Yeah.
lose to the G.
Yeah, you still get the high chance
I don't think
of
that
getting
anyone would sign up for that.
No one will sign up. But
yeah.
If
of
it was
course
just
they're
a
not-
mandate.
That's idea. That's worse than the first one. No cap.
Hey, Eric, you should think of a good idea, bro.
Stick to the podcast.
Hey, whoa!
Nah, that was bad.
I can't say that he huffs and puffs walking
That was
up the
bad.
stairs and you say that.
Because he knows, because
That's
you know,
crazy.
like, you're not going to have the greatest idea, so you didn't mention that.
Yeah, I'm just
just
aware.
embarrassing.
This is just
No.
I mean, you know.
That I don't care what you say. I don't care what anyone says. That's a great idea. You can have your pick, but you are
have
so
your- I hope he
embarrassed.
doesn't
You do
care.
not want to come in last place. That's the point.
How long we have?
I don't think they, if they get the first pick, I don't think they care anymore.
Yeah, that's
Coach.
actually facts.
What?
Yeah, if they get the first pick, they're like, cool, who cares? Yeah.
Right? I get the first pick. I don't care if I lose or win. They're G League players. Some G League players are supposed to be in the NBA. There's only 450 spots.
All right, we got 30 minutes left.
All right,
Wanna
that's
move
fair.
on
Hey,
to-
30 minutes, that's great. I thought you were going to come short. Hey, well, all right. Well,
We'll work on it.
you
It's a
thought,
work in progress.
you thought my first one was okay. I'll take that.
It's better than.
It's better than
the second.
Wow, but you said that second one was going to be better.
That is true.
In my mind, it is.
Well,
Not everyone,
that says
not
a lot,
everyone
I
at
guess.
the table is a marketer. Obviously.
we'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll work on it. All right. Do you have any better ideas?
No, that's why I'm not going to say that.
How are we gonna fix the tanking? He just says, all right, cut it up. All right. Josh, you
I
want
have
to
a
jump in
question.
here,
So-
save my life?
So obviously BYU, right? BYU is a very religious school. It's got like a very unique culture. I'm sure you guys felt that. You know, you've been in Utah and you went on campus and everything. Outside of basketball, what are you most excited for just with BYU as a school?
I don't know. I mean, just seeing what colleges. I mean, I'm not really an outside person, but just seeing what college is like outside. Because I mean, every school is gonna be very different. So whatever they have to like offer outside.
Yeah. Is there anything that like, you know, things you are interested in or you'd be like, oh, this would be something cool that I would look into?
I don't know. See how they respond after wins,
Okay.
after football games, after basketball games.
Root beer float parties.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you say, for you, outside of basketball, what do you like about BYU? I mean, what stands out, if anything, or is it just the basketball
Just the
situation?
basketball. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to find some type of hobby, golf,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, hey, let's play then.
We gotta find you a winter
Yeah.
hobby too, because we got that snow.
I'm not skiing. I told you this stuff black people don't do.
We're adding that to the top of the list.
Kanye, I saw Kanye up at Park City.
He's different.
that is an understatement for sure. He's different.
That's funny.
Okay.
No, yeah, it'll be fun. You said you guys will be moving here as well, the whole crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
AJ, you're in the middle. You have older sister, younger sister. Where are they at? Will they come as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's are they just in St. George right now?
No, they're back in Brockton,
Okay,
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
cool. So they're just finishing up school, and
Yeah.
you guys will get them here. They hoop too?
I wish.
They don't hoop?
Nah.
What are they into?
My youngest one play volleyball.
Oh, okay.
She's a killer.
Yeah.
And my oldest one, she's into modeling.
Josh used to be a model.
Talented
You can't
kids.
tell, but
I don't know if you're joking, but I was a baby model for like overalls when I was like 2. So joke's on you.
That's tough.
that's tough. Yeah. Lifelong supply of
yeah.
overalls is pretty solid.
100%.
No, that it'll be still a little cold, but that's like the perfect time to move to Utah. That'll be great. You guys are in St. George though, so you've been spoiled a little bit.
Yes, we have.
It was hot in the summer though.
Beaming.
Terrible.
Yep.
I have a sister-in-law that's down there. We were down there in July, which is not when you want to be in St. George, Utah.
No, I was down there this July, and it was like 112 degrees, just crazy.
Hey, son.
Yeah. So outside of basketball, what do you like doing? What hobbies? What when you're not playing, training, whatever? What are you doing?
Nothing else.
Nothing.
Basketball, school, sleep.
Okay.
Watch films.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm not playing basketball, I'm watching basketball. If I'm not doing it, I'm sleep.
Just locked in,
There you
robotic.
go.
What was speaking of the summer? Something that I want to ask about. I love following that. What was it? Was it U18 team or 17 team?
17.
Yeah, the U17 team. Talk about that experience. Was that Turkey? You guys
Turkey.
in Europe?
Istanbul, yeah.
Yeah.
Istanbul.
What was that tournament like? And I mean, obviously you had your teammate JJ there with you, which
Yeah.
was probably fun. But was there a single game that was competitive, or were you guys just
Nah.
one of the greatest U17 teams of all time?
We were the greatest U17. We were the greatest U16. Like Jason Tatum's U16 team was like the best, and then
Yep,
we broke all
yep.
their records, and then we just did the same thing.
That's just margin of victory.
Yeah,
What was the average?
60 something. But we had the record at we had the record at 96. We beat the team by 96.
Who was that?
I think the Philippines.
Oh man, that's so
That's
tough.
gotta hurt.
To think like I'm about to go lose by 100.
Because last year we beat Canada by 82,
Sheesh.
and then we were like, we got to beat it, and we won by 96.
82. What was the score though? Was it like 100 to
It was like
20?
it was like 30. It was
28,
it was like
18?
36 to like 120, whatever.
Wow, that's brutal.
Were you there on that trip too?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
What stood out? I mean, you've been in that circuit. You've seen like, because what it is like USA is an all-star team, right? Like you get the very best,
Pretty
and
much, yep.
it's not always just like what I love about them and being around them for the time that I have. It's not always just like, oh, who's 1 through 12 highest ranked, right? Like obviously those guys have a great chance, but they do piece those teams together really well. You guys know Sean Ford, I'm assuming. He's
Yes,
the
we
director
do.
of basketball. So I'm actually excited, and honored is the word, because I'm going to be part of the selection committee for the I think it's
19?
16.
Oh, 16.
16 and 17.
Uh-huh.
So starting next summer, I'm going to go. But
Next
like,
summer it's 16, 19.
okay, so yeah, 16. So I mean, I just think like the way that they put the team together is like always incredible, because they find a way to, yeah, we're getting the top talent, but we're piecing it in a way that plays the right way, right? Like, so did you see that? Because you've seen a lot of high level basketball. Was that one of the most fun teams to watch AJ play on, I
They're
guess?
looking for people that can play together.
Right,
They don't want no me guys.
for sure.
Yep. And that's the main thing that I noticed.
Was that the most fun? I mean, you beat a team by 82 or whatever it was. Your average margin of victory was 60. Was that the most fun you had playing basketball? And if so, why? Or if not, who was?
Now it's probably the best team I've been on,
Yeah,
because just look who we had. But it's not fun just blowing teams out.
that's fair. What's the most fun you've had playing? Like, what's the most fun game you've been in?
Probably this last Peace Jam. Me and Tyron were on the Oakland Sodas with Chris, Lino. Like, we just had a squad, and it was competitive games,
Yeah,
but we were winning.
right.
And we weren't just blowing everybody out by 50.
What's your personal favorite game?
Ever?
Yeah.
A lot of good games. I'll say, what do you think our best game was last year? Oh, I mean, we played, Prolific Prep. We played Prolific Prep. We played against Link Academy. Trey Johnson, LeBron Fallon. We won by 1, Jasper Johnson. That was a good game.
Did you dunk on anybody?
I didn't. Tyron did.
Tyron did.
Yeah, I did.
What's your favorite dunk you've had?
In a game?
Yeah.
Probably my first body It was 8th grade.
Wow.
It was off no dribble.
Wow.
But like that's the most memorable. I had way crazier ones. Like I windmilled on somebody like 3 weeks ago.
Casual.
But like yeah, probably my first post.
Yeah, your first one.
We asked Walker Kessler what's more satisfying, dunking on somebody or blocking a dunk. What would you say?
I haven't blocked too many dunks, so I'll say dunking on somebody.
Okay.
Blocking a
had-
dunk's probably crazy though.
You had a reaction like you didn't know the answer. Do you have a favorite dunk of
Yeah.
AJ's?
I think I know what he's gonna say.
As a matter of fact, that's the only one that I reacted. When he dunks on people,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
crowd
yeah.
go nuts.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're sitting there
yeah.
bored, like.
But there's one that I reacted was back in Shanghai, China.
This preseason, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He dunked on us.
What'd you do? You stood up and just.
What?
Nah, he didn't even stand up.
I did.
Oh,
Not that good. Come on.
A reaction
I was-
wasn't even.
I was
So
running
what,
back. I was
what,
running
what
back,
happened
sorry.
the day before? China played Australia. They got 2 7-footers. One of them, all he did was block shot and rebound. So the night before, I was like, yo.
Gotta get this guy.
These
Big
no,
target.
No,
He didn't even
all I
say that.
All I say was, they got his 7-footer. All he does was swat a shot.
He was like shot block. He's like,
You know,
don't go in the paint.
That-
Scary.
that's all he does.
Yeah.
During the game, he got the ball top of the key. He drove to the left. He showed him the ball. Dunked on him. I was sitting
Floor
on the
seat.
baseline. He started yelling, I thought it was a shot blocker. So people in the crowd was, who are you yelling at? Me.
That's a good one.
Yep.
So a little bit of a reaction there.
Yep.
Are you pretty just stoic then? Most games you're just sitting there. The highs come, the lows come.
It's
You
2
just
points.
yeah, you know what it is. Yeah.
Here's a question. So, I mean, I don't have kids yet, but I can't imagine, raising someone, going, helping them train, being supportive, all this stuff, and then finally getting to where, at the highest level, the dream is happening. What's been like the most exciting thing as a father to be a part of that process? Like, what stands out as you're seeing it happen now?
Yeah.
What's the most rewarding part of that?
The fact that he's humble. Stay grounded. He's very humble. He's not
Yeah.
the type of rah, me. No. If he didn't know he was the number one player in the country, just by reaction, we would never know it.
Yeah,
Among his teammates, he includes everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's-
sometimes we practice with the B team. He treats them like teammates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. It's a great answer.
Very humble kid.
Yeah.
He didn't get that from me. His mother.
Okay. Shout out to mom. There you go.
Shout out Dukes.
No, actually, that is a good question and a great answer because I did want to ask. You guys have backgrounds in different countries. You guys are a global
Yes, we
a
are.
global family. So
I was born in the Congo,
Yeah.
Brazzaville, not DRC,
Yep.
Republic of Congo. And I grew up in France. My wife is from Jamaica. And all my kids were born in Massachusetts.
in Brockton.
Yeah. No, Boston.
I was
In
born in
Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, you
Boston,
born in
Boston.
I just
Brockton,
live
but
in
you just
Brockton.
live in Brockton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, so kind of to piggyback off of what Josh is saying, and then I want to ask AJ, where he's seen that influence his life. I mean, how has that influenced raising kids? You know what I mean? Like being in it, like that's crazy to be. I know you've been here for 36 years, right? But you're in a whole different country. Your wife is too. Like that's a different experience. Like,
It
do you
is.
think that's fed into the humility and just the way that your kids are, the hard work that they put in? Your daughter that plays volleyball, like
we from my wife and I, we're from different backgrounds. She's from Jamaica. I'm from Africa.
yeah,
So we try to take the good of each culture.
sure.
Trying to mix it in. And this is the result.
Do you feel like that influences you as a person, as a player? Just having your parents have a different perspective than, let's say, like your average teammate. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely none come from different backgrounds. So, like, they're not privileged because they came from they're not from the States. So, I mean, they instill from us, like, from a young age, like, nothing's given, everything's earned.
sure.
So that's why we go so hard.
Did you ever consider? Because my mind again goes to international basketball. Did you ever consider playing for anyone else?
Nah, I couldn't.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
I could, but
But
if
you
I
played at such a young age. Did you like cancel that option out or something?
Nah,
or-
because if I play for Jamaica, he would have got tight, and if I played for Congo, my mom would have been mad. So it was like
That causes the biggest problem at home.
So I was like, if I play USA, I'm cool.
Just meet him in the middle. You're not gonna let him
the
play
USA
for
is the
Jamaica?
compromise for the parents.
Crazy.
Not a bad one.
That's crazy. Let him play for Jamaica, man. They need him.
They probably do.
No, they do. They have some. They've got
They
some
have some
guys though.
dogs.
I mean, they got Buddy Heald.
Nah, he's from
No, he's from
Bahamas.
Bahamas.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Bahamas though. Bahamas
Bahamas got
stacked.
some
Sorry,
Bahamas stacked,
Bahamas
yeah.
is stacked. Who's
Jamaica?
Jamaica have?
Right now?
Yeah.
Or ever?
No,
Now.
right
Alex
now.
Caruso?
No, yeah.
Now, where's thing from?
Who?
There's someone that's Jamaican.
Kofi.
He's not in the NBA.
They need you.
But they have guys.
You'd be the
But
guy.
like Patrick Ewing or something there.
Yeah.
Around there. So, them guys.
Patrick Ewing.
Remember him?
Yeah. We got him on our team though. I mean, that it's normal. I mean, the Bahamas, like
Bahamas got some guys.
same thing. You know,
DeAndre
play-
Ayton.
yeah, DeAndre Ayton, Eric Gordon,
Buddy Hield.
that one dude that's super bouncy on Baylor.
VJ.
Oh, VJ
Yeah,
from
DJ.
Bahamas.
They
He
got
was- he was
Donnie
with them.
Freeman. They got some guys.
You know, but all those guys could, or not all of them, but most of them could suit up for the USA as well. So it's always an
can, yep.
interesting, it's an interesting thing. For a while there, you know, if you have a European passport, it's a big advantage to play in Europe, right? Or if you have an African, you know, basically anything that's not USA, you know, because you know teams in Spain and France especially, you know, they count passports, right? So it's like citizenship can be a big advantage. So if you're a dual citizen, American, you played high school, college, maybe even NBA, but you have some random, you know, Croatian passport or whatever.
He does.
Yeah, so you'll be
Jamaica, Congo.
yeah, you're not gonna.
US.
He's not gonna have to worry. He's not gonna have to worry about the European route. But I went through the whole process to get my Austrian passport, and it is killer. It's so much work, and I still didn't even get it. So I'm just plain old American, man. Lame.
Here's a question, kind of, you know, back to this thing of like, you've got media, you've got endorsements, you've got all this promotion and stuff. Is there anybody, I mean, obviously you've got your endorsements that you have currently, but is there a brand or something that you're like, oh, dude, that's like the dream thing to be on? I mean, Red Bull, Nike, I mean, those ones are up there. Is there a sponsor that you would want to be attached to?
No, whatever comes.
No, nothing in particular. What about you?
Whatever. We turned down.
Turn down.
I turned down about 10 to 12.
Okay.
We just want the major ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just work with the big guys and go from there. Okay.
What's their what is their pitch, and what's the part that grabs your guys' attention the most? Is it because they're the biggest? It raises awareness and brand recognition for, you know, for AJ. It's because it's obviously not dollars. They're all going to throw out similar dollars. So like, what is it that about Nike, about Red Bull, and the alignment with who you want to be as a player and the stamp that you want to have on the league? Like, what is it about those guys that you're like, yeah, I'm in?
I mean, like family. I'm a big family guy, so I mean, like Nike and Red Bull, like it's just like a family type brand.
Yeah.
So like they included me in stuff like that. So
Meaning like with their other athletes, like
Other
they just
athletes.
involved you. They brought you into
Yeah.
like this, let's say like brotherhood.
Kind of a community.
Yeah,
type
community.
thing with
Mm-hmm.
other. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's cool.
I think that's an interesting thing. Like, you know, Sam Watson and I were talking about. He's like, that's the thing. He's like, Red Bull takes care of their athletes. There's so many cool perks and things
Right.
and a community.
Events,
I
yeah.
feel like, you know, Red Bull especially is known for that and has that, but probably, you know, a lot of places are just between you and the company, and that's kind of what it is. It's an interesting thing to be like, that's actually, at least here, what sounds like the main draw. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, and last question we ask all of.
I got a question for you.
Oh yeah,
But
tell us. Oh no,
you
no,
Go first. No, you go first.
no, you go first.
No, I saved mine for last.
All right, you go. All right. What the way that we conclude all of our episodes, because it's called the Big E Show. So I like to ask, like, what is the one big move that got you to where you are today? So there's a million things, you know, like between decisions and sacrifices and sometimes luck and hard work. Like there's this huge combination of things that got AJ to where he is today and who he is today. If you have to pinpoint on one thing, what is the one thing? What's the big move that you made to get to where you are now?
quarantine work.
Quarantine work.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Everybody was just inside,
Yeah.
and I don't be inside I mean, I'd be inside, but like everybody's just playing like video games and stuff like that, and I don't play video games.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna go hoop outside every day, 3 times a day, and that's when I started seeing like progress.
So to push on that a little bit more, what does that mean? Like, what
So it was the
are
only
you
time-
working on?
It was the only time. I
And
enjoyed
who are
being
you with?
outside.
Yeah.
It
Is
was
when
like,
you're
no, I
hooping?
was with a trainer, but like I said, I don't be outside.
Yeah.
So like that was the only time I enjoyed being outside. Cause
So tell me about that process though. Did your trainer, your dad, did you guys all sit down and go, all right, this is happening, COVID, whatever.
it was like
This is the plan. Let's go execute it. Or like, how did that come to be?
It was like optional workouts if you want to come. There was like high schoolers. I was like 7. My quarantine was like 7th grade for me,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, we gotta go. I'm be bored. So I'm gonna go hoop. I was like 7th grade playing against like seniors,
Yeah.
workouts and
They used to
2
beat
on
him up.
2. Yeah.
That's what you need.
I used to beat him up. He used to cry.
No, don't let him do that. Nah,
That couldn't have been true, I'm sure. No.
come on, bro. Nah, I used to lose, but I wasn't crying.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Toughened
got
you-
better.
Yeah. Toughened you up.
Yeah.
You just got to focus on nothing but.
Yeah, and
but
then I hit a
hoops.
growth spurt, and then it was just like.
And the work plus now you could do it at this size. Just.
I've
took
always
off.
been tall,
Yeah.
but like I shot 5 inches in the summer.
Yeah.
In 2020 or when?
7th grade.
2020 year.
Yeah.
5 inches. That's
5-inch
that's
one
From
summer.
June, like
3
from
inches,
June
yeah,
to
something.
August, 5 inches.
Wow. Yeah, that's
He
quick.
grew
you remember what you were eating? You got to
I
keep
grew
eating.
8 inches in 2 summers, yeah.
Jamaican food.
And then the
There you
next
go.
summer,
It's a Jamaican food. I'm gonna start eating Jamaican.
Jerk
Hey,
chicken.
don't,
jerk
hey,
chicken,
don't let
yeah.
Jamaica take all the credit, bro.
and the next summer I grew 3 inches in that summer.
Yeah.
So it was 8 inches in 2 summers.
That's when he was eating the Congan food.
I don't eat Congolese food.
My wife's from Jamaica. That's all we eat.
I don't
at
eat
home.
Congolese
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good food.
Good food. You should try it.
What is your favorite food?
food. Seafood boil.
Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of that in Utah, but
Let's start it off.
That's good.
I want to ask you the same question. I know you've, had a super unique life where you've lived the things you've done, and now, Josh asked you a little bit about this, being the dad of these 3 great kids and seeing their success. Like, what's your one big move?
Coming to America. Yeah.
What was that like?
Changed my life. I came here January 19th, 1989. I remember my flight number,
Really?
AF332.
Wow.
I love
That big of an impact. Tell me about like the decision and the process, because like that's a big move.
It was. I was in France for 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to make a move. I didn't want to stay there, so I told my dad that I wanted to come here. I was like, why? So I gave my brother, just want to go learn English. Just learn English. And then he said, where are you going to stay? I said, my cousin. She's in Boston. Did she agree? So my dad called her up. Yeah, you're welcome. He's more than welcome to come. So I came here. I guess someone forgot to tell me what time it was. It's been 36 years.
Wow. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's a good cousin.
And you were how old when
I
that
was
happened?
4 months shy of my 22nd birthday. Yeah.
That is a big move.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's dope. Well, that's it from us. I'm gonna turn it over to you.
I've been here since, August 30th? Everybody outside Utah, I believe everyone here is a Mormon. I found out it's not true. Only, 40%?
Yeah, I think it's about 40 now.
Yeah.
And
I went to the Jazz game yesterday, and I met 100 BYU students.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, dude, the one thing I will say is
you'll know,
BYU
'cause-
students, dude, those guys love their school.
Oh, they
they
sure
love
do.
their sports.
They probably started
I mean,
chanting
the
AJ at a
loyalty of
Jazz
those
game.
fans.
there was like, I'm gonna see you in class next year. All
Yo,
right.
what are you gonna study?
Financial planning.
Solid.
Smart.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'll be fun for you.
Wow, it'd be fun.
No, those classes are
Okay.
not gonna be fun, but it'll be beneficial.
It'll be beneficial.
Hey, one last thing. We let Anissa answer or ask a question. AJ, you got 2 guys that went to BYU. I know you talked a ton, but what's a question that you have?
I mean, I don't really have any questions. I like
answered them.
I like finding out for
Dad
myself,
Yeah.
Okay.
seeing if things
That's
are
fair.
true or not. I just like finding out. For
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What is wrong
Time
with
will
you?
tell.
Hey, this guy, man. This guy, he's funny. He's got a good sense of humor. I like that. Dad, there's something wrong with you. That's for sure.
He's in good company, I guess.
That's for sure. No. We do. So that, I mean, what a great note to end on. They couldn't get it to me quick enough. She's talking about one of our sponsors, but we do have a couple parting gifts. Actually, let's just wrap it up.
Yeah. So I'll clap and then you'll just say thank you so much for coming.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Finished in style. Incredible questions.
Style's one way to put it.
Style's one way to put it. AJ, it was a pleasure, man. Like, it was a good time having you guys on here. But all jokes aside, we're again, as a former basketball player, as a BYU fan, and just someone that lives in Utah, it's gonna be exciting to follow and see all the hype that you bring to BYU. But then more importantly, I know you're a great player. I know you guys have a great family, so you're gonna have a great year. And so it'll be fun to just be, even slightly attached to you and your family. And we wish you guys all the best. Starting with, this year, go get a national championship for Utah Prep. That'd be pretty cool. So. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks
guys.
for having us.